have sold my soul just to know she truly loved me. I'd have took a pen and signed my name in blood. And I worshipped each step of earth that woman never walked on, till a bad storm came and turned the ground to mud. Too young to know the dangers that my heart knew nothing of. I flew too high and fell too hard the first time I fell in love.
This is Mansfield, 1942.
Lord, I wish I could do things like you, helping my friends the way you always do. If you'll only help me.
This is a neighbor's dog. We were tossing icicles out to her, and she could see where they landed, but she couldn't tell the icicles from the snow. And this is the Colonel Peach house where we had our office and we lived. We spent 4 nights a week in Mansfield and 3 nights a week in Pateros. We got real heavy frosts and made the brush look very pretty with all the frost on it.
And be a better man as I travel down life's lonesome road. Being a sinner, I had a heavy load, but when I look up to the clear blue sky, I know that I'll see you in the sweet by and by.
I'm stepping over the fence. The snow was deep enough so that you didn't even have to go around to the gate to get across the fence. Either Bernice was taking the picture or in the picture. And this is that scab rock that's still there in Mansfield. Very hard to walk on, but was covered up with so much snow that it was easy for it to run from the top of it right down the side. This is on Bridgeport Bar, and there were always a lot of pheasants when we drove through there every day. And those are Hungarian partridges. We had made a home call, and I couldn't drive into where the people lived, and so they took me back out to the main highway where my car was left with the team and sled.
Someday, when my life leaves this body, will the world even care that I'm gone?
This is the earlier snow, and it was handled with a blade. And they had plowed out the road to Dyer Hill so I could get in there to go and see the patient. And they said, come quick while the road is open. But during that night, the wind blew and the roads were not as passable as they were immediately after they had plowed it out. We're getting ready to drive out to Dyer Hill now.
When you hear your name spoken, when you're all alone, It's just me calling you from this garden of stone.
This is what happened in the night, so the traveling wasn't as easy the day that we went there as it was when they finished it for us. Yes, that was me. That's getting some of the drifts out of the way so we can get closer to where the patient lived.
Will I be a spirit only angels can see? Will you feel my presence and know that it's me?
That's as far as I could get with the car, so I got out and walked on into the house. This is Mr. Alexander, and this was in the early part of the winter. We had ordered potatoes from the Alexanders, and so after I made the call and was headed back to my car, I brought a bag of potatoes with me.
Hey baby, there's a full moon out that's bright. Why don't we get together and watch it shine tonight?
This is Mansfield again, showing the frost on the limbs. They're much more impressive than they looked when you just look at the whole nest is all white.
I was blind, but now I see. Every time I hear Amazing Grace, brings back precious memories to my heart. Precious memories when I see the light from that old rugged cross. The more I know how great thou art, and that old time religion still lives inside of me. And I know I need a closer walk with thee. Please reach down your divine hand, change the sinner that I am. And when the roll is called up yonder, let there be a place for me. Well, the preacher.
And then later on in the winter, when the snow was quite a bit deeper, they wanted me to come and see Mr. Alexander again. But they said the roads were impassable, but they would provide transportation. And this is as far as we could get with a car. And we had, by telephone, planned on a rendezvous with people who would come and get us to take us on in. This deeper snow required a different type of snow equipment. This is a snow blow, and it chews up the snow and blows it out of the way rather than just pushing it out of the way like it does with a blade. The snow was too deep for the blades, couldn't handle it. Now, this was really impressive to see how that machine was handling the snow. This is the transportation that they provided. They drove 6 miles on his tractor the tracks were specially formulated to handle snow. And when I got in and saw the patient, I said he had a heart attack and we need to take him to the hospital. And the man who had the tractor said, well, I'll be back to see you tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. I said, tomorrow? Why not now? It's only 3 o'clock. He said, well, you can't get out of here before dark, and you can't find your way in the dark. And he wasn't going to show us, so he went his way, and we spent our time looking after the patient and then having fun in between times I'd stop and check on him. Yeah, we were waiting for the tractor to come.
So many colored roses spread the ground. We said the Lord's Prayer for my loved one lying there, and the angel heaven needed was finally homeward bound. Every time I hear Amazing Grace, precious memories come back to my heart. Precious memories, it took a mighty hand to help me.
This is a sled that was all buried up in the snow, and we dug that out so we could take Mr. Alexander to the car on the sled. This is getting it ready for that transportation. Since we were going to have a sled for transportation, this time I brought a whole sack of potatoes that we had ordered before. It was a little hard going to get from the root cellar to where the sled was to take it out when I took Mr. Alexander out. This is taking the patient out on the sled pulled by the tractor.
Welcome sight. There was the car.
Yeah. There's our transportation going home again. And this is our house in Pateros, where we had gone after spending a little over 24 hours on one call.
Someday, when my life leaves this body, will the world even care that I'm gone? But if my soul should linger, then I'll wait a lifetime for you in this garden of stone. Will I be a spirit only angels can see? Will you feel my presence and know that it's me? When you hear your name spoken, when you're all alone, it's just me calling you from this garden of stone.